Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 6 and my name is Hafiza Alia binti Jamil. For today, we are going to present case titled TESCO versus Sainsbury, Growth Strategies and Corporate Competitiveness. This is the outline for our presentation. Starting with the introduction, which covers the summary for both TESCO and Sainsbury. Also, we will explain who is the protagonist and how mega trends are affecting the business. Most importantly, we will share with you the major issue and symptoms that we have identified after we are going through this case. Then, we will suggesting two alternatives and discuss the analytical tool used to evaluate the best alternative. Lastly, we will make decisions based on our evaluations and make our recommendations. This case study is written based on comparison of the business strategies adopted by the two major UK-based multinational retail company. Information, Sainsbury is the oldest retailing chain in Britain and the market leader in the UK retail market for much of 20th century. Meanwhile, Jack Cohen launched TESCO's first store located at the Wall Street Market in 1919, a full of 60 years after Sainsbury. At that time, TESCO is far behind the Sainsbury, both in the size and also the reputation. However, Sainsbury have failed in maintaining its leading position in the market as TESCO succeeded to be the market leader in 1995, leaving behind its rivals Sainsbury and also Asda. This success is achieved by TESCO through continuous development of the business strategy attached with the multidimensional effort, such as a rapid expansion of the store, large-scale expanding of the non-food product, introductions of the loyalty card, and online sale TESCO.com. In addition, TESCO strengthened its business strategy in capturing international market and responding to the local expectation in foreign countries very well. In 2008, TESCO is ranked 6th in the international retail market. We believe that TESCO has opportunity to improve its international market positions in the retail industry based on the TESCO previous achievement, despite the business may encounter some issues and challenges. For this reason, we are focusing to do analysis on the TESCO business strategy in this paper in assessing the issue and opportunity. On the case study, the protagonist or the decision maker is the Mr. Terry Leahy, the Chief Operating Officer, CEO of the TESCO. He is the one who is responsible in developing TESCO growth strategy in both United Kingdom and the international market. In this case, it can be seen that Mr. Terry Leahy has succeeded in promoting TESCO to be a very well-known international brand. There are two megatrends that related to this case. The first megatrend is globalization. Globalization provides economic benefits, technology development, and the growth opportunity for TESCO to expand overseas in emerging markets such as in Hungary, Thailand, and also South Korea. At the same time, this situation enabled TESCO in making use of the resources that are available in those countries. Globalization has increased the number of competitors that TESCO is facing. Another megatrend that has impact on TESCO is digitalization. Adapting with the advancement of technology, TESCO has launched TESCO.com, which enables the consumer to make purchase to online platform without having face-to-face transactions anymore. Due to digitalization, TESCO can collect its customer data as reference in analyzing the buying pattern to respond more effectively in fulfilling the customer need. The issue that we have identified is how to enhance the TESCO international positions in the retail market industry. These are the symptoms that lead to our major issue. The first symptom is that even TESCO is the top market player in the UK retail industry, but its rival, Sainsbury and Asda, actually just a step behind it. We can see from the case that actually TESCO has quite similar business strategy with its rival. Both TESCO and Sunbury has service offering, using acquisition technique in expanding the market and doing online sale. This situation shown that business strategy can easily imitated by the competitors in the market, which putting some pressure to TESCO to stay competitive. Besides, UK retail industry has become highly concentrated with the top four store-based retailer. We have Tesco, Sainsbury, Asda, and Morrison Supermarket. We believe that Tesco need to continue to develop new business strategy. Another symptom that lead to our attention is that even though Tesco has more amount of floor space outside the United Kingdom, 75% of the revenue is come from the sales in United Kingdom. Based on the some article that we have read, we have found that actually Tesco is failing and have some issue in Japan, China, and America. Its position in the international market may change. In solving the major issue in this case, which is how to enhance the TESCO international position in the retail industry, we strongly suggesting for TESCO to enter Dubai retail market industry. A study by A.T. Carney showed 38% growth in the retail store in Dubai from 2001 to 2005. Dubai has become the shopping capital of the Middle East. Well, we all know about the global financial crisis in 2008, right? And of course, this crisis affecting Dubai market as well. However, the authority of Dubai has quite controlled the situation, then preventing the economy from plummeting into a huge depression. The Dubai model of restructuring and recovery is quite well appreciated because of its effectiveness. For this reason, we believe that TESCO should enter into Dubai market in strengthening its international position. Okay, the decision that we have to make is whether TESCO should open new wholly owned subsidiary or having new joint venture with the local company, which is Halal Al Barsha, a Dubai-based grocery company.
Hi everyone, my name is Farah Farhana and I will proceed with analytical technique part. The first analytical technique is value chain analysis and we use cost advantage approach to analyze TESCO. There are three primary activities and two support activities. The first primary activity is inbound logistics and we use cost of setting up distribution center as the cost driver. TESCO had reduced its cost through the collection from supplier in and drive to the distribution center where the preparation and delivery to the store is made. The second activity is operation. TESCO has developed online TESCO.com where this website has been awarded as the innovative way to promote online product. TESCO also launched the operation checkout to centralize their purchasing activity. Other than that, TESCO has established a variety store format to cater the customers' demand from all segments. The third activity is marketing and sale, and we use advertisement and promotion costs as the cost driver. TESCO has incurred a lot of promotion costs through its loyalty program, such as a membership card that customers can collect points and redeem the points later. TESCO also has introduced a TESCO way to focus on the people, both employees and also the customers. Moving on to the support activity, under firm infrastructure, the cost of investment is used as a cost driver. TESCO has incurred higher costs for the cost of investment as they move their business to the international emerging market to improve its position. Other than that, TESCO also has launched TESCO Extra, which is the largest format store that is out of town hypermarket. The next activity is human resource management, and we use cost of recruitment as a cost driver. TESCO has incurred a lot of recruitment costs when it invests in international, since it have to be higher local sensitivity by appointing high proportion of local personnel for the management position. So using this analysis on both alternatives, The first alternative, which is open up wholly owned subsidiary stores in Dubai, will give low margin to TESCO because all costs will be higher except under operation activity. So TESCO will need to build their own regional distribution center in Dubai, and then they need to create a brand awareness and gain customer loyalty since TESCO is still new to the Dubai consumer. TESCO also need to invest all startup capital by themselves since the subsidiary is wholly owned by TESCO. They need to incur higher costs of recruitment to recruit the local personnel in the management position. As compared to the second alternative, TESCO will have a high margin due to lower costs incurred for all activity since they have partner in Dubai, so they can use the distribution center of their partner. Also, they can share resources and expertise to improve the operation. And also their partner already have their own regular customers, so TESCO doesn't need to do much advertisement to promote its brand. Also, the cost of investment will be lower since TESCO can share with Halal Al the cost of the investment, and Halal Al already have its own local personnel in the management position. So the pattern analysis as the second analytical technique. The first factor is politics, and Dubai can be regarded to have a very politics stability. Dubai politics stability doesn't be impacted by the Arab Spring that happened back then in 2010. Also, the trade restriction in Dubai is very low since Dubai is promoting international investment by promoting the free zone area where any foreign company can have 100% ownership of investment. For the corporate tax, under free zone area will have a tax exemption. If TESCO is established in outside free zone area, which is limited the foreign ownership to only 49%. However, there will be no corporate tax charged to TESCO since corporate tax in Dubai is only charged to the oil and gas related company up to 2012. From the economic perspective, Dubai have a very good growth in economic since 2009 to 2011. Even though the financial crisis happened in 2008 has badly impacted the price of oil in Dubai, however, those negative trend has been set off with the large spending by the consumer in Dubai. Dubai also have a very stable currency rate that in 2011, the currency rate is same throughout the year, which is 1 dirham equal to 0.28 US dollar. Under the social part, Dubai consists of two types of population, which are expatriate and national citizen. The expatriate consists of 87.5% of the total population. Both types of population have a very high annual income, where national citizen enjoy up to annual income of 1 million dirham and expatriate enjoy up to 300,000 to 500 dirham per year. This means that their purchasing power is very high. Also, Dubai consists of majority Muslim population by almost 70%. For the technological factor, Dubai is regarded as the ICT hub, and the imaging of IT has started as early in 1999. The government has initiated a lot of policy to improve the IT industry in Dubai, including the introduction of the e-government. Also, Dubai is regarded as the first in the world to cover the majority of the population with mobile internet coverage. So population in Dubai is regarded to have a very high tech savvy. Under environmental part, Dubai is very highly regulated because the government want to protect Dubai from the air pollution and also water pollution. So they have limited the waste discharge done by the company. Also, they want to prevent the climate change through the promotion of using renewable energy, and also any new building starting from 2014 will have to comply with the green building requirement. For the legal part, we analyze the Consumer Protection Act that the government want to protect the consumer right from the monopolization and also fraudulent done by the business towards the consumer. So the consumer will have right to know, right to represent, and right to choose. For labor regulation, for national worker, it will be stricter and they will demand more salary as compared to expatriate. If TESCO want to employ expatriate, they need to concern on the expatriate visa and residencies to make the expatriate work legally.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Kuzama and I will proceed to the decision criteria that we use in evaluating the alternatives. The first criteria to be looked is at the cost. The cost in this case refers to the cost of implementation of the alternative, which refers to the cost of setting up new business overseas. It is very crucial as the cost of setting up new company is huge, especially if you want to set up new business overseas. TESCO need to consider its current financial position, whether it is able to execute the alternative and chosen alternative can give impactful return to its investment. Secondly, the ease of implementation of the alternatives needs to be considered. This refers to the utilization of available resources that will be used in entering Dubai. Even though TESCO has past experience in dealing in many foreign countries, its current expertise in understanding the retail market might not be applicable in Dubai. This is because it has never been involved in Middle East market before, because it might require extensive understanding on different aspects such as rules and regulations of the country and also market conditions. Next, TESCO also might need to consider the risk that we will face in both alternatives, since most of the time the risk will make it difficult for the company to maintain constant and reliable returns. TESCO need to have detailed risk assessment to predict what kind of risk that may harm its company's brand in choosing the alternatives. Thus, they need to have extensive risk management planning that will help to mitigate the possible risks that might affect them in the short run as well as in the future. Proper measures need to be prepared in order for them to guard themselves against the risk while expanding to global market. Lastly, TESCO also should analyze locals' acceptance about foreign brand to decide whether to enter Dubai as TESCO wholly owned subsidiary or by joint venture with local retailer. A company's brand affect their purchasing behavior and product preference or not? This is because some people have less preferences about foreign product and prefer to buy local to support local businesses. Understanding locals' acceptance is very crucial since they are the one who will buy our products. According to survey conducted by Nielsen Holding, locals believe that brand's country of origin is more important than other purchasing driver. Thus, TESCO might want to look further into this criteria. Next, we move on to the evaluations of alternatives. The first alternative, which is enter Dubai as wholly owned subsidiary, means greater control but also require a major commitment in terms of resources and imply both greater risk and less flexibility. The pros or advantage of this alternative is firstly, there will be no profit sharing required as it set up the business by its own capital and resources. At the same time, it can enhance TESCO brand awareness internationally, specifically in Dubai. Currently, TESCO brand already been recognized widely in the world, but it has not yet entered into Dubai market. If enter the market by using its independent brand, its brand recognition will become wider as people will experience dealing with TESCO directly without any other party influence in the brand. In addition, TESCO will have 100% control over the operations and management in Dubai since all resources are coming from its own pocket. It can plan its strategy in whatever ways that it wants by using its vast experience and expertise in dealing with the retail market. However, this alternative might lead to a few cons or disadvantages to TESCO. Firstly, since TESCO has not yet expanded its business in Dubai market, it might have lack of understanding about local culture in place. Different people around the world have different preferences in everything since we have different culture and environment that affect our daily decision. TESCO need to study Dubai market to know what kind of approaches that I need to attract local preferences. At the same time, this alternative also forces TESCO to incur high costs of establishment compared to other alternatives as 100% resources are coming from them. Lastly, TESCO will be highly affected by risk. If anything happens, since it will bear the risk by itself. It needs to execute its own plan to cater any possible risk that might occur in the future. TESCO might really needs to consider this as it is new in the market and has low knowledge about Dubai. To sum up, TESCO might have tendency to choose this alternative if it decides to become risk taker. With its vast experience, resources and intensive technology, it would prefer to enter the market as wholly owned subsidiary by using TESCO's own brand. Next, in evaluating the second alternative, the advantage if TESCO make a joint venture with Dubai local retailer is the partner, which is Halal Al Barsha, have more understanding about local culture as they have been established there for quite a few years. TESCO can share their expertise together with the partner to set up a good retail business in Dubai with strong foundation of retail market as general together with the deep understanding of local market by the partner. Moreover, TESCO can share risk with its partner if it decides to join venture with the local retailer. This can reduce the effect faced by TESCO individually. For example, if suddenly the company faces the risk of new policies imposed by government, the effect will not badly hit TESCO as the risk is being shared with its partner. In addition, this alternative also gives favorable effect of easier implementation compared to the first alternatives. Since the new set-up company will consist of resources that come from both TESCO and its partner, the setup process might take less time since the partner has already familiar with the rules and regulation, customer behavior, and also market condition. However, this alternative leads to several disadvantages such as lack of authority to make decisions. Government of United Arab Emirates has imposed a restriction of foreign ownership in a joint venture company limited to a maximum of 49%. This will lead to lower authority for TESCO to make decisions since it cannot become the majority owner of the company. Next, TESCO also need to share profit with its partners since the capital contribution are also being shared between them. At the same time, this joint venture alternative will lead to the revelation of TESCO's business strategy to outside party, and this might indirectly affect TESCO in the long run as the partner might use the TESCO strategy to overtake TESCO in the future. To sum up, for this alternative, TESCO might want to choose if they want to incur lower cost of investment, but at the same time, it wants to expand globally into another market. The complementary knowledge and expertise by the partner will give greater impact to the business growth and indirectly boost TESCO's brand internationally.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mazatul Fatihah binti Syafi'i. Moving on to the decision of alternative, based on analysis on both alternative and decision criteria, the second alternative has been chosen, which is joint venture with local company, which is Halal Al Bashra. We choose this alternative due to some factors. Okay, firstly, the chosen alternative, which is joint venture, is in line with the TESCO current practice to grab local interests and also to address local expectation on foreign company. Consumer may reluctant to shop in foreign store as they may expect the price for the product that they use to buy is higher than the local store, and they perceive that they may not familiar with the foreign product. Secondly, the outcome from pester analysis shows that both alternatives to enter Dubai market is in a favorable level. With the loose restriction from local authority, high purchasing power and tech savvy among Dubai people, and clear rules and regulation which can ease TESCO to place their business in Dubai. Thirdly, the value change analysis fill the gap between the alternative, whether to wholly own or to joint venture with the local company. Through cost advantage approach, it can be seen that joint venture strategy give competitive advantage in cost perspective rather than wholly owned, as it requires less cost to enter the Dubai market. Okay, through joint venture with the local company that already have vast resources and customer base, it can help TESCO to grow internationally through Dubai market. Okay, this alternative, it can help TESCO to increase their retail market share as well as their potential cost customer. Since Dubai economics are very stable, it can be perceived that their citizen purchasing power is high, which indirectly may increase TESCO revenue when people started to recognize and believe in their brand. And Tesco's brand can be recognized across the country gradually and help Tesco to have impactful return on investment. When Tesco able to grab Dubai market share, consequently, it can address the main issue, which is enhancing Tesco in international position, as Tesco has a bright future to expand in operation in other United Arab Emirates states. For the alternative chosen, we propose 3 recommendations for their short-term planning and 3 recommendations for long-term planning. Okay, firstly, TESCO need to maintain lower operating costs by using the available resources from the joint venture partner, such as supplier and customer base. For example, the existing employee already know on how to deal with their local customer preference, such as whether the customer want to buy the product in a bulk or in a individual quantity, or how the way of selling and buying transaction that their local customer prefer on. Besides, if Tesco want to hire more employee, expatriate is the best choice as it is relatively cheaper rather than Emirates. Secondly, Tesco are advised to understand the halal market in the Dubai as most of the population is Muslim. And the law insists that all food producer, especially meat, imported or produced, need to have halal certification. So Tesco need to acquire halal certificate and ensure that their food supplier also have halal certification too. Next, for the third recommendation, as technology advancement in Dubai quite impressive where most of people are tech savvy, Tesco can implement technological distribution channel through online store, especially for customer who has a busy working life and do not have time to do grocery shopping. Through mobile phone, customer can choose product, put in virtual card, and pay with online payments such as PayPal and online banking. Customer only need to wait at their home until delivery lorry arrive at their doors. For physical store, Tesco can install self-scan counter which enable customer to cut the queue and scan the product barcode on their own, and payment can be made through cash or online payment. Next, move to the long-term planning for 10 years period ahead. We propose for Tesco to enter telecommunication industry in Dubai or other United Arab Emirates states through joint venture with the local telco provider. TESCO and its joint venture partner can do R&D to explore the new technology in order to provide high-speed internet connection. For example, like changing 2G coverage to 5G network for internet and mobile phone. Next, as TESCO will have more experience in providing halal product in Dubai market, we recommend for TESCO to expand its market share in other United Arab Emirates states through selling halal product such as to Qatar and Abu Dhabi. TESCO can use its customer base to know what variety of foods that customer prefer to increase product offerings to be sold in Qatar and Abu Dhabi. Last but not least, we also propose for TESCO to expand its expertise in insurance market and banking in Islamic financial service in Dubai such as Takaful and Islamic Bank. TESCO can use its joint venture strategy to partner with local Islamic bank in Dubai to provide Islamic financial products. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you for lending your ears and watch our presentation. Thank you.